here we are amidst the dense forest and rolling hills of Spielberg in Austria, just 2 hours out of Vienna. It's an amazing destination for the race today, and we're about to get started. Spielberg is a very short lap, one of the shortest we'll see in this Formula 2 championship. 7 rights and 3 lefts make up the 10 corners of the circuit. The left-hand kink at turn 2, leading into the upward braking at turn 3, represents another overtake hotspot. As usual, I'm joined by our good friend Davide Valsecchi as we soak up the dramatic scenery. Do you think the drama will continue onto the track today, Davide?
Ciao Alex, I think we can guarantee that. Austria has always been a track that encourages the driver to overtake and attack. But it's a low grip surface. The drivers out there today will have to make sure that the tiny mistakes don't end up hurting them later in the race.
So before the off, let's remind ourselves of yesterday's results with a look at the starting grid. An immense lap from Nobuharu Matsushita yesterday puts him on pole position, and it's Jen Deruvela in P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Ticktum, Aitken, Luca Giotto, and Dragovic, Piquet, Ilott, Alesi, Sean Galea, Armstrong, Sato, Christian Lundgaard, and Joe, Schumacher, Sonoda, Samaya, and Robert Schwartzman, Mazepin, and Artem Markelov, Nissany, and Louis Delatraz starts from the back of the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
That's always the plan, Jeff. You know, but first I have to not let myself down. Welcome back, everybody, to the FIA Formula 2 Championship. The road to getting good. I'm Michael McBlam, driving as Guillermo Samaya for Campos Racing, the number 10. And if you're new to this series, we're garbage. Just putting that out there before you even start watching the race. We're garbage. The goal is to get better. So on a spectrum of 1 to 100, we're about a 15. However, we're here at Austria, and I didn't realize what Austria was when I finished Azerbaijan last week. I didn't realize what it was. See, the funny thing about it is I've done this racetrack before multiple times with my friends, actually, and I was actually, what was in Formula 1 technically, but I was actually able to get a top 5 here with those guys. So I'm like, man, I think I might be okay here. And what wound up happening was, like, with the difficulty at 75, I was fastest in practice. So I was like, okay, that's not right. That can't be right. So I went ahead and bumped the difficulty up to 80 for this particular one. So it's on a expert mode. Do not take that as I am better. I know this racetrack a little bit better, and I think it's a lot easier than every other track that I've been to so far. I think it's a lot easier. So I was told by my buddy Aaron that I was going to be getting some easy tracks here towards the end. So let's see what we can do here. We're starting on the super softs, just doing regular balance setup, not changing much of anything. Starting P17, I believe. So we're going to be around the outside. Not necessarily ideal, but we see how we go into turn 1, and hopefully we don't absolutely massacre the field. And when I say massacre the field, I don't mean beat them. I mean, like, destroy everybody into turn 1 because we overbroke and ran into a bunch of people. Again, stock car man, racing in F1. The goal is to get good. The goal is to try to get points this race. If we can get points this race, man, that will be, that's my heart. That'll be my heart right there, man, if we can just get points. But we're going to see what we can do. Anyway, guys, let's jump into this race. Let's do the Grand Prix here at Austria. For the first time in Formula 2 history, we don't start last, but the points are still on the table. Lights out at Spielberg, and the Austrian Grand Prix is underway. Good jump on the start there. Everyone pretty much 2 by 2. Got a few guys dive bombing it down to the inside. That looked like Galal making it 3 wide off turn number 1. We made a good run around the outside. Now going to look to the inside of Schumacher. Oh, we don't see Guan Yu Zhou down below us. Guan Yu Zhou with a big dive bomb into turn number 2. And we're muscling Armstrong out of the way. What a dive bomb. What a move to get Guan Yu Zhou into the points. We're going to try to see if we can hunt him down now. A little bit squirrely going into turn number 3. But we got 2 soft right-handers coming up. Took a look to the inside of Guan Yu Zhou. Wasn't quite there enough to actually make a move on him. But how about us? From 17th to 11th in just 1 lap. Oh, we might be able to take a look here. Not quite. I felt like he was going to chop us off. We also brake just a little bit too early as we come off the final turn. Jahan Daruvula with the fastest lap of the race. And we're pretty much all in a nice little tidy line going down into turn 1. Hop the curb just a little bit there. I know. Give me some time. But how about this? This is probably the best we've started so far. You know, we haven't really, ran over anyone. Had that little bit of contact with Armstrong. But now Armstrong has fallen back to 13th. Lundgaard now breathing down our back tailpipe as we are trying to... We weren't going to look to the inside of Guan Yu Zhou, but he did go defensive there. Trying just desperately to protect that position. Oh, we might be able to get him. Oh, we're bagging tires through the soft right-hander. Who's going to have the advantage going into the next turn? We got it. Up into the points.
Great maneuver. You made it look easy.
Commended by Jeff, because, he's Jeff. Alright, I'm going to try to look to see what we can do with Callum Ilott now. Alisi up ahead, along with Pedro Piquet. Jahan Daruvula logging another fast lap of the race. I believe he might be in the lead. DRS is now enabled. So we look to the inside of Ilott. Couldn't get there before we got to turn 1. Little bit squirrely off of the turn, no problem.
Okay, you're in the top 10.
Thank you, Jeff. I didn't know that. Oh boy. Okay, so... Alright, yeah, these guys, wow, that was a big slow up there in turn number 2. That was interesting. Anyway, we got the DRS on Ilott. Zhou does not have the DRS on us. He's starting to fall back a little bit here. Oh, we got to make a big dive bomb move to the inside of Callum Ilott and take over P9. How about that? How about that? That is the most formula move that we've ever done in the history of this game. Purple second sector. We look to the inside of Alisi. Ooh, got on the grass just a little bit there. That scrolled us up a little bit. It's going to allow Ilott to try to look to the inside. He's going to take a peek. Can't quite get there. We got the door shut on him. Going to try to shut the door on him one more time before we come off the final turn. DRS enabled. Jeff letting us know that we're going to be on the soft tires this go around. These tires feel just absolutely beautiful right now. This feels good. So much grip is in these tires. I'm just loving it. Loving every second of it. Another purple first sector. Ooh, boy, had to slow down once again. We got a big old train going on here. I'm going to try to see if we can do anything with Alisi. I'm not sure that we'll be able to do anything before we get into this next hard right-hander. New strategy being proposed by Jeff. He always brings this up at the worst possible time when I'm but he never brings it up when I'm like, on the straightaway. I can kind of like take a look here. I'm like, look, new driver, Jeff. New driver, okay? I need some time. I need some, like talent before I can start doing this stuff through the turns. But now we're gonna keep the current strategy. These guys should be coming in pit road here in the next lap, I believe. DRS engaged. Haven't quite pulled away from Callum Ilott just yet. Oh, easy, easy. Got on that curb just a little bit too much there. Or rather, realistically, we got on the gas. The curb was fine. It was just that we got on the gas a little bit too soon. We were still slightly on that curb before we started to put the power down. And that kind of hurt us. But we caught up to him in turn number 2. That's usually the best turn that we can get. That real sharp right-hand turn. Like almost a hairpin, but not quite. Yeah, that real sharp right-hand turn is where we kind of make up a lot of time. And we're able to get off that turn just a little bit better than the AI can. Alright, now breathing down the back of a Lacey. No pressure from behind. Oh, we might get alongside of him into all-important P8. Nice move. Now looking to the inside of Pedro PK. Can we get to his inside before we get into the turn? Slight contact. Here we come. PK runs wide. Oh, we run right on the final off the final turn. We're side by side. Both having DRS engaged. Who's gonna beat this? Who's gonna make it into turn number 1? We try to outbrake them side by side. Contact. And we make the spot. We make the pass work. We've overtaken Pedro PK into P7. Awesome. Awesome. This is the best that we have ever done. I cannot believe we are running this well so early on, and we haven't looped it around just yet. But there's a long race ahead of us. We still have 15 laps to go. Well, just under 15 to go here as we're starting to come through these two soft left-handers. Little bit of a high-speed corner. You can kind of oh yeah, well, you can kind of like get about quarter throttle around these turns. Try not to hit the curbs too much. You can get like quarter throttle around there, but yeah, the tires are starting to wear now. We're having a little bit of an issue. But that is all a moot point because we are coming down pit road this time by and losing a bunch of time because we have no idea where the pit assist is gonna pick us up, and I'm trying not to go over the lines or anything like that. So, but yeah, how about that? How about that? Got up to P7 in the first run. And we're being held up on pit road. Maybe Jeff was right. Jeff might have been right, but I mean, the tires were starting to go on us. I think we had to come in, but I don't know. Jeff might have been right. I think we're going to fall back to P16.
Pit strategy complete. See these tires through to the end now.
I'm going to be on the softs up until the end of the race, and I have to try to remember that I'm not going to have as much grip as I had on the super softs, so I got to be a little bit more careful with these. This is a good turn for us right here. Yeah, so we are catching Ilott again, so we've lost position to Ilott once more. I think he's jumped us in pit road. Giotto is in 13th. I don't know who has come down pit road and who has not. Our teammate's currently in the pit, so Jack's there. I'm not sure where we're going to be able to shake out here. Let it run wide, right out around. Okay, oops, easy, easy, easy. And get on there, just don't get on the gas while you're on there. You're kind of going to be okay. Yeah, this is great, man. This is great. I also did notice, it did not go unnoticed, that I was running P4 in qualifying before I messed up that last turn and just ran so wide. Man, Ooh, purple third sector. That's a new one for us. That's way new. We go way wide. Yep, we overdrove that big time. Big time overdrove that. Yeah. Most likely, I was probably looking at the leaderboard there, seeing who I was passing, who I'm racing around here. But yeah, that cost us some big old time there, as we've fallen back to P9. I'm gonna try to see if we can get back into P7 because, you know, I said points are important. And I'm hungry for a set of points. I have not gotten any points pretty much at all, except for like the fastest lap every now and again. Oh, we're gonna go to the inside of PK. He tries to turn into us. We bang tires. We can almost do a pick move on him. And ladies and gentlemen, we figured out. We have figured out. Thank you, Jeff. Ladies and gentlemen, we figured out how to do a bump and run in Formula 2. You see that the trick is you don't get into him. You know, you can't get into the back of him. Oh, he's right there on us now. Colin Milot with the fastest lap of the race. He takes that away from us. Yeah, but the key is don't get into the back of him. Just kind of tap that tire a little bit. I'm pretty sure that would not work at all. And he probably would have went around for a ride. And thanks, Jeff. You kind of ruined my concentration a little bit here. Yeah, I wound up almost coming to a complete stop there because I was focused on what Jeff was saying. This, like I said in the previous episode, like this is I cannot drive it as hard. Oh, don't wreck it! Don't wreck it! Don't wreck it! Woo! We swung a little bit too wide there and got into the grass, and like the tires were just spinning, and somehow we don't collect Alisi and Sato in a massive crash, which is awesome. Awesome, because like this is we need this. We need a good finish. We know this racetrack pretty well. We just gotta not screw up. That's the one thing we don't want to do. We have such a good run going here. We're more than halfway, almost halfway over with this particular race. Oh, okay. Can't be doing that now. But yeah, well, this is the best we've ever done. We don't need to mess this up. Marina Sato just kind of breathing down our neck here. I think we're going to have the advantage off of turn number 2, off of that hairpin to turn number 2. Yeah, once we've got the advantage there, like we can just gap them so well. All right, this particular one is giving us a little bit of trouble, and it's mainly just because the tires aren't gripping up as well. So we're having obviously a bit of understeer. We can't drive it as hard into certain corners as we have been. So yeah, kind of go quarter throttle around there up to full throttle. Purple sector 2. Ooh. Personal best in sector 1. Ooh, how's sector 3 gonna go? Okay, back on it. Okay, off of it. And there we go. Oh. Okay, are we gonna get it? Yes, sir! Fastest lap of the race. Gudamer Samaya. Alright. Ooh. And I almost immediately threw it away again. That curb is gonna get us. That little yellow turtle shell is gonna get us one day. One of these laps, really. Not today, as we outbrake Marina Sato. Going into turn number 2. Pull him down the straight. He is out of the DRS, so he has nothing to help pull him around the racetrack. But right now, he's under fire by Pedro PK. Those guys are kind of duking it out. I thought for a second PK was going to get around him, because I feel like Sato actually took that turn a little bit too gingerly. I think he took it just a little bit too gingerly. But now he's pulled a gap on Pedro PK. Okay. We come off the final turn. No DRS for those guys, but they're still going to be able to DRS each other, so they're going to be just a little bit faster. Caught the turtle just a little bit there, but not as bad as I had been. So kind of okay as long as I don't try to get back on the gas under that particular condition. But let's see, we are running P8. Can we hunt down Callum Ilott? We got to make up 2.7 seconds. I don't know, man. We're out here running by ourselves, so that might be a tall order. Because right now, Damn It Dan and Ilott have DRS on each other. Sato and PK have DRS on each other, and we're just kind of in an island on our own. Ooh, easy, easy. Careful on the curbs. Not too great Sector 2 there, but still doing personal best in Sector 1. We're still doing a lot better than we have been. Still holding the fastest lap of the race. Catching Ilott slightly. Catching him slightly, but every so often, man, it just... I think as long as he's got that DRS on ticked him, it's going to be a tall order, you know, to try to reel him in. We're starting to pull on Sato a little bit, but like I said, I think as long as these two got DRS, I don't think I could catch him. And as I say that, I'm actually within 2 seconds now. I don't know. Mick Schumacher's out! Mick Schumacher is out of the race. What happened? I don't know what happened. I'm looking back there on the track map, and yeah, there's a yellow flag in that sector, so he must have just blown up. That's the only thing I can think of, is he must have just blown up. And now Mick Schumacher is out of contention here in the feature race. Which is interesting because he has not been having a good go at it as of late. Monaco, he was running in the back, I think at...
Good job. That was the fastest
Oh,
lap of the race.
another fast lap of the race right there. Okay, we're coming, closing them in. But as I was saying, like Mick Schumacher, like I said, at Monaco, he wasn't doing that well. He was running towards the back. Took us out at Monaco, so really don't have any much love lost there. But like he was running towards the back at Monaco. He was running towards the back at I believe he was running back there at man, I'm having trouble. I'm having trouble remembering some of these racetracks. But last week at Baku, I think he was running towards the back. And just not doing all that well, so that's kind of surprising. Mick Schumacher was doing really well towards the beginning of the season, if I remember correctly. He was doing really well. And now he has just kind of fallen off pace and having all kinds of trouble. Now he's DNF'd out of the feature race here at Spielberg. So, man, you hate to see it if you're him. You love to see it if you're battling him for points. Right now, that's us. And like I said, not really having any type of love loss here, just because, you know, yeah, because that took us out at Monaco. So, hey, what goes around comes around eventually. Karma. But yeah, we're locked solidly in P8. We are locked solidly in P8. So I think what I'm actually going to wind up doing is, if I start to catch Callum Ilott, I'm going to go ahead and jump ahead, but if I start to catch Callum Ilott, I'll come back. But other than that, we'll probably just see you on the last lap of the race, because like I said, we're right there, just don't have enough to catch him. So we'll see what we can do in these last few laps. If we can do anything with them, well, we'll come right back. If not, we'll see you at the last lap. All right, coming through the final 2 turns. This is the absolute closest that I have ever gotten to Callum Ilott. I was just within 1.2 seconds, and I'm back down there now. This is the closest that we've ever been. I have been trying all race long to catch him, but I mean, like, it's just been, the tires are starting to go on me. They don't have the grip that they once had. The front tires are just not non-existent. They just don't have what it takes. And yeah, you see there, like, out of turn number 1, he just kind of gapped us. We were gonna catch him here a little bit. This is kind of where we've been. Oh, that was a big send. He's within DRS. Do we have anything to catch him? I don't think so. I think he might have us off of here. Yeah, so we're having a little bit of understeer coming through that particular turn there. And then we have these 2 soft right-handers. If we could just get there. Not quite. Not quite. Just don't have the grip that we once had. We were close, though. We were close, though. And here we come. Down to the last few turns. Oh, okay, a little bit wide, but that's okay. Jahan Darula wins the race, and for the first time this season, we will come home in the points. All right.
Yeah! Points!
A great win then for the Carlin team today. Tell me, Davide, what was the key to this success?
This race, this win, was about one thing and one thing only: consistency. Anyone can be quick for just one lap, but there's a difference between that and being quick every lap, over and over and over. If you can do that, if you can gain ground when your opponents make mistakes, but then not make mistakes on your own, you can just push and push.
And there you have it, today's winners. Having raised some of the biggest names in F1 to date, Carlin have once again shown their expertise when it comes to recruiting new talent. No doubt today's winners have a bright future ahead of them. They certainly deserve it after today's performance. After this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the driver's table. It's a good result for Nobuharu Matsushita, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. And now, Davide Valsecchi, let me ask you, who is your driver of the day?
Let's give it to Guilherme Samaya. That was a quality drive from start to finish. He can be proud of that one.
And here's how things are shaping up in the Teams Championship. MP Motorsport moved further clear at the top. Meanwhile, good work from Campos this weekend, who pushed themselves further up the order. After all this drama, you'd be mad not to join us for the next race. We hope to see you then. Take care.
Woo! Oh my God, we got points. Let's go through the let's go through the finishing order. Oh my gosh, the race results. I can't speak today. I'm wow. Jahan Darula wins the race here at Austria, the Austria Grand Prix, followed by Nobuharu Matsushita. He's probably going to extend his points lead. We have Felipe Drogovic rounding out the top 3, rounding out the podium. Jack Aiken just missed it. Just missed it, man. Like, he was running really fast, but looks like he was just a couple of tenths away from Felipe Drogovic. Couldn't quite get there, man. He was almost on the podium again. Then we have Dan Tickdom, Luca Giotto. I'll keep calling him Lucas this whole time. We got it, Samaya, your boy. He got himself a P8. Marita Sato and Pedro Piquet will round out the top 10 and the points finishers. And we have Guan Yu Zhou, Yuki Tsunoda, Sean Galayo, Marcus Armstrong, Julian I'm just going to call him Lacey. Giuliano, I think it's Giuliano. Yeah, Giuliano Lacey, Christian Lundgaard, Robert Schwartzman, Roy Nissany, Luis Delatraz, Artem Bakalov, Nikita Mazepin, Mick Schumacher DNF'd. He was the one that DNF'd. Obviously, post commentary, Mike, you probably went ahead and pointed that out, but I saw it, but I was too busy paying attention to what the heck was going on the racetrack. I was so locked in and so focused that I was just like, I saw the blink above my head and it was just like, okay, rip that guy, and I was just going on. But that's unfortunate for Mick Schumacher, man. What is going on with Mick Schumacher these past few races? Because Mick Schumacher, I feel like, was up there towards the beginning of the season, and now he's not been having a good run in the the back half of the season with Prima Racing. So that's unfortunate. Let's go ahead and check out the point standings. We have Nobuharu Matsushita, as I said, probably going to extend. Oh, he did extend that point lead, not probably. 17 points now. He was 5 points last week, but 17 points now ahead of Dan Tickdom. For Dams, John Daruvala, Kalamailot, Pedro Piquet will round out the top 5. We got Jack Aiken, Robert Schwartzman, Christian Lundgaard, Yuki Tsunoda, and where were we? Artem Bakalov round out the top 10. We have Dragovich, Sato. Where did we move? We didn't even move. Gosh dang it. I was hoping we'd move. So even with Mick Schumacher DNFing, we still weren't able to leapfrog a spot here. But I mean, we're starting up front here in the sprint race, so who knows what's going to happen there. Maybe I might just completely eat it in turn 1 and give the race away, but I'm hoping I don't ever do that. But we got 8 points on the season now. We got 8 points on the season to tie on top of 1, our fastest lap here, and 2, the fastest lap that we got when we did the first race. I can't remember where it was. Dude, I cannot lie to you. I am in such awe right now. But we got to jump into the... Oh, let's check out the team standings. Campos Racing holding it down in P6. MP Motorsports still up front. Carlin 18 points behind. Then Dams, Univirtuosi, Churros, and like I said, Campos, Prima, Art, High Tech, BWT, and Trident are all of the teams. And yeah, let's go ahead and jump into the sprint race. I am riding a high right now. Plus, I got to get a thumbnail, so let me go ahead and jump into the replay and get that. But yeah, stay tuned. Sprint race is coming up.
We're returning after yesterday's feature race for the final event of the weekend, the sprint. Down on the grid below us, the drivers are spending their last few minutes getting ready. Very soon, they're going to kick this race off in dramatic fashion. Alongside me today, I'm delighted to welcome back to the commentary box the 2012 GP2 champion, Davide Valsecchi. There looks to be a challenging race ahead of the drivers today, Davide. With that in mind, what are you looking out for today?
Well, Alex, I want to see how the drivers at the back of the grid are going to run down. They'll need to make an impact in the early stages, and they're probably hoping for a bit of luck at the start. We may see some bold maneuvers out there today.
Well, no encouraging words from Jeff this time. He should. We're on P1. We're on the pole, starting the sprint race. I have no idea how this is going to go. I'm probably going to get absolutely destroyed in turn 1 is what I'm actually expecting. But if I don't, and I can start to, at least race with these guys, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. So... goal is still to finish in the points. If we could just finish in the points, I know some of these guys back here are faster than me. So if we could just continuously finish in the points, we've got something to work with here. We've got something to work with. This is our best track so far. I'm still hyped up. Hopefully I didn't ice myself too long, trying to get the replay, footage and stuff like that for, the post-editing process and stuff like that. But I'm still hype. I just hope I'm not iced. Because if I'm iced, that's going to be a problem. Oh boy. Alright, here we go. Let's get the sprint race underway. Take it away, post-race Mikey. Alright, so we have finished in the all-important P8 position to invert the top 8. What's going to happen here at Spielberg in the sprint race? Lights out! And we're underway once again here at Austria. Oh, the fight for position down into turn 1. Everyone gets away clean. Here comes Dan Ticktum to the inside of Callum Eilot. He's going to make a move. He is clear. Now breathing down our tailpipe. Here he comes. He's going to try to make the move into turn number 2. He gets into us, tries to muffle the side of the way. Yellow flag in the sector. That's going to slow everyone down. No overtaking. We're back going green. I think there may have been a bit of contact back there. As Ticktum and I got into each other, he tried to go down there and I just wasn't having it. I was not having it. He tried to go down there, and you know what? I respect the move, but I wasn't going to let him have it. They cut me off when I do moves like that. I think it's high time that I return the favor. Half a second back is Dan Ticktum closing. As we're coming through the final set of turns, and ladies and gentlemen, for the first time here in our Formula 2 career, and for the first time this season, we're going to lead a lap here at Austria. I can't believe this. We are out front, and now Dan Ticktum is there. He's going to have the DRS. He's going to start closing in on us just a little bit here. Or did he not have the DRS? That was a little bit weird. Oh, okay. You didn't see anything, FIA. You didn't see that. Purple first sector. Okay, yeah, okay. I'll take it. I'll take that one. That was a pretty bad one. That was a pretty bad corner cut. Hey, the stewards aren't calling it, so we're just gonna pretend nothing happened. Almost overdrove that soft right-hander, had a little bit of understeer, turned in just a little bit late. Purple second sector. Ooh, 1.8 back to Dan Ticktum. Oh man, we are on a move. Okay, ran a little bit wide in the final set of turns here. And is he going to be outside of DRS? Yes, he is. He's not going to be able to get us. Okay.
Back of the race. Keep this up.
1:18.83, fastest lap of the race so far. Got on that curb again. It says it's not that I got on the curb. It's just that, yeah, okay, now he's in DRS. Now he's starting to, pull in on us a little bit. But yeah, it's like I said, it's not that I caught the curb. It's that I get back on the gas while I'm still on it. That's the problem that I have with that first turn. Like if I don't get on the gas and I just roll over the curb, I'm fine. But if I try to put the power down while I'm on there, like that upsets the car just a little bit. Not too much, because I'm not like slamming down on the throttle. At least not like I was when I first started playing this game. I'm not slamming down on the throttle. And Dan Ticktum pulled within half a second once again. Oh boy. Okay, we pulled him off of that high-speed right-hander there. 7/10, now half a second once again. Oh boy. 7/10 back, he's within DRS. Yes, I understand that he's gaining on me. He's on super softs, I'm on softs. What do you want me to do, Jeff? What do you want me to do? But you know what? The good news is that he's going to start winding down a lot faster than I am. He's gonna run out. His tires are gonna run out quicker than I am. So I just gotta last this last couple of laps here. We've only got 2 to go. We've led every lap so far. Can we do it? Can we do it? Oh. A little bit squirrely coming off of the turn. Kept our foot in it. Oh, I think the tire wear starting to affect them. Tire wear is starting to play a factor right now. We are now just over 1 second back. We didn't get off that right-hander too good. Here we go. Off the final turn, coming to the line for the final lap outside of the DRS. White flag is in the air. One more time around. Can we do it? Can we hold them off? They're just about 1.2 back. Like I said, I think the tire wear is starting to play a factor now. I think it was around this time that I was starting to feel the super softs go away. So, oh man, this is it, man. This is it. Yes, sir. 1.7 back, and they can't make that up. No way they can make that up. Almost 2 seconds before we go into this hard right-hander right here. Here we go. 2 seconds back to Dan Ticktum. Top 5 have not changed hands. Soft right-hander and the second soft right-hander. For the final time. 2.1 back. 2.2. The gap is just steadily increasing. Here we come. Through the final 2 turns. Races of trying, races of frustration. We're going to come off the final turn to win our first race in the F2 Championship.
That's a race win. You've really been great today.
Yeah! Yeah! Woo!
Brilliant stuff from Campos today. What a superb victory. Davide, what do you think made the difference here?
I think they kept a cool head. That's why they won today. Smooth, steady, everything bad that happened to them, they handled it calmly and professionally. That's what let them focus on getting the best out of everything else. The car, the strategy, they managed to keep out of trouble the whole way around.
I can see them on their way out to the podium now. Campos have come a really long way in this sport, and what a special race this was to see them earn the top spot. And now, let's take a look at the driver's standings. It was not the best weekend for our championship leader, and their advantage at the top has been reduced. Now then, Davide Valsecchi, who would you say was your driver of the day?
Difficult call, but I'd say Daniel Ticktum. He was committed the entire race, and it's paid off with the result.
And now a look at the team standings. MP Motorsport moved further clear at the top. Meanwhile, good work from Campos this weekend, who pushed themselves further up the order. Well, what a weekend that has been. Please join us next time for another thrilling installment when Formula 2 returns.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Oh my God! Let's talk about the race results. We got it. We did it. I don't believe it. We did it. Oh yeah, we're only on 80 difficulty. I know. Roast me in the comments. I get it. I get it. We're only on 80. As opposed to, you know, the guys that run up there in the hundreds and, you know, the 110s and stuff like that. I get it. But my God, oh my God. Obviously, I need to bump the difficulty up at this racetrack next time I come to it. Probably in Formula 1 2021. I probably will definitely need to up the difficulty here. I just know this track so well. But anyway, Dan Ticktum comes in second after starting 4th on the grid. Then we have Callum Ilott, Jack Aiken, who started 5th, finished 4th. All right, GG. Teammate. And then rounding out the top 5 is Luca Giotto. We have Filipe Drogovic, Nobuharu Matsushita, Jahan Daruvala, and Pedro Piquet. Whoops, actually, Jahan Daruvala is the last car collecting points for, for the sprint race. And we have Pedro Piquet, Guan Yu Zhou, Sato, Tsunoda, Galil, Lisi. Where did Mick Schumacher? Okay, Mick Schumacher still finished last place. He could not recover. He could not recover from the feature race where he DNF'd. So that's unfortunate for Mick Schumacher. That's unfortunate for him. But yeah, let's look at the standings for the race. I can't talk. I am just in awe. I can't talk. You don't understand, man. Anyway, oh my god. Nobuharu Matsushita is still in the points lead, but it has dropped significantly. He's now only 7 points ahead of Dan Ticktum with his second place finish today in the sprint race, followed by Kalamala, Jahan Daruvala, Pedro Piquet. We'll round out the top 5, and we have Jack Aiken rounding out 6th. And we have moved, yes sir, ladies and gentlemen, yes sir, P14 in the points. P14, again, not back here with the rest of these guys. Finally up here within 100 points, but I mean, obviously, we are definitely 100% out of this championship. The goal was never to win a championship. The goal was to finish in the points, and by God, did we do it today. My God, did we do it today. Anyway, team standings, they said we moved up. Yes, we did. We moved up to 4th in the team standings after we were 6th last week. Man, Jack and myself, we did things on this racetrack. We did some things on this racetrack. But it's still being led by MP Motorsports, who is 23 points ahead of Carlin, followed by Dams. Campos Racing, 61 points back in 4th, rounding out the top 5 Univirtuosi. Alright guys, so that was the Austria GP. Crazy. I can't believe I pulled that off. And granted, like I said, in the beginning, I knew the racetrack. Like, you know, having so much experience there online, racing with my friends. Like I think we only had about maybe 4 streams of F1. But that was the track that we went to every single time. We went there every single time, and one time we even did it twice, and I was able to actually, the last time I went there, I eked out a top 5. And I was like, oh, wow, okay. You know, I was like, man, I'm doing something here. You know, so coming to this track and realizing what it was once I was here, it was just, I knew it. It just, you know, like, unlike the other tracks where I don't know how much to brake, I don't know how, like, you know, do I need to get on a little bit sooner, get off it a little bit sooner, you know, like, it felt more natural to me. This time around, it legitimately just felt more natural, and I'm sure you saw that in the on-track, you know, product. You saw, like, just a natural feel for the racetrack. I'm not trying to think, oh man, is this what we do? Is this what we do? Is this what we do? And it's just, you know, I don't know how to put it. It's just, it's just a feeling. It's just a feeling. It's just like, yeah, I know what turn's coming up. I don't have to sit here like constantly look at the track map. I'm not even looking at the track map. I'm like, okay, I know what's coming up. Okay, I got those 2 soft left-handers coming up. I got a right-hander coming up. You know, turn 1's the hard right and whatever. Except for that one time I blew it. But excuse me. But yeah, I knew what turns were coming up. This may as well have been like Watkins Glen, or Sonoma or something like that. This may have been one of those road courses where I'm just like, yeah, I know what turn's coming up. I'm good. I don't have to, like, you know, consistently, you know, look over and try to figure out and just like get inside my head, because the way this functions with me is what turn's coming up. Okay, how hard do I need to brake for that? Well, how hard do I need to turn? How much wheel input do I need to give it? And you know how some people say like you're overthinking the corners? That's me every single time. That is one of my biggest problems on road courses. I overthink it because I'm like, okay, do I do this? Do I do this? Do I do this? How do I do this? How do I do that? And that's all going through my head at one time around 21 other race cars, you know, in F1. And it's just like, you know, stock car racing, you can kind of get away with that a little bit. You know, you can kind of allow that, you know, that overthinking to happen because you have more time. You don't have that amount of time here with these cars because they're much faster. They're much faster. You have to make very, very quick, you know, adjustments, quick moves. You have to be on your A game at all points, you know, at all times. And this was one of those where it was just like, I didn't even think about it. I really didn't. It's like I just wasn't thinking about, like, I knew what terms were coming up, and all I had to do was just make sure that I was hitting those marks. I was just kind of driving around. Yeah, I was driving, you know, for the first time in this entire playthrough. For the first time in this entire playthrough, I was driving. I was racing. For the first time, I was racing, and I would say that's the first time that I've like legitimately just had that feel where it was just like, yeah, like I might as well have just been on an oval, like legitimately just may as well have been on one of the oval tracks in NASCAR, and just knowing like, oh, yep, this is coming up, this is where I need to let off, and it's just natural feeling. I'm not thinking about when I need to do that because I kind of know when I probably could have took the driving line off in the corners because I didn't really need it. I knew where my braking points were. And it was just one of those things, like I did it in practice. I practiced for a very, very long time, you know, and just realizing like, oh, I'm faster than the AI. I'm actually way faster than, well, not way faster, you know, a couple tenths faster. And I was like, I don't think this is right. So that's what I made the decision to go ahead and up the difficulty to 80%. Probably should have upped it a little bit more. I probably should have upped it a little bit more, you know, to 85 or so because, well, I mean, I wasn't that far off of my teammate, I want to say, but like, yeah, I probably should have upped it a little bit more, and just being able to pull off what I pulled off here. Like I said, it was just a natural feel, and that's where I need to get to. See, that's where I need to get to with all the racetracks. So basically, anytime I come here, I need to run like 90 or so, like 90, 95 or something like that, and then really kind of push myself and really understand like, okay, this is, you need to get on a little bit sooner. You can't sandbag it in this corner. Can't take this one a little bit as cautious as you've been taking it, because you get used to that. You get used to that feel of being on the lower difficulty. So you want to, you know, constantly move that up, so that when you can't go anymore, you realize that, okay, you're at the peak of the ability right now. So so yeah, I definitely need to bump this particular track. Oh, not Britain as you're looking at right now, but I definitely need to bump Austria up. That needs to be like a 90, 95, you know, level of difficulty. But man, it's the thing was, this was the thing. I probably would have lost the lead if myself and Tictum had not made contact. If we hadn't made contact off of that little hairpin corner, then it would have been a different story. Because myself and Tictum, or not, yeah, what was it, Tictum? I think it was Tictum, but somebody drove it in real hot, and I didn't budge. You know, usually like somebody does that, I try to get out of the way or something, but no, I didn't budge. I was like, this was the first time, like, I'm on the pole right now. I'm not budging. It's like, no. And plus, you wouldn't do that for me. You know, like the AI won't do that for me. So I had that in my mind, like, why should I do this for you? I saw you, you know, driving it in 5 cars deep. I saw you do it. I'm like, yeah, but I'm not going to give that to you. So, you know, like as Arava says, get the elbows out. And if that hadn't happened, that slowed the field up significantly. If that hadn't have happened, I probably would have lost the lead and been chasing down chasing down one of these guys. Maybe still would have finished on the podium, but I still would have lost the lead, been chasing down these guys if that had not have happened. But since it did, like I said, got my elbows out. I wasn't budging. I was like, no, this is not going down. So had a few scares where they were getting to DRS and they were getting close. But you know, like I said, just I knew my way off the corners, and it just wasn't even just like nerves or anything like that. It wasn't nerves. Nerves went out the window after turn 1. Once I survived turn 1, I was like, oh, okay, we can do this. We can do this. Doing it was an actual different thing. And when DRS wasn't able, that's when the fear kind of set in, because I was kind of hoping I could get away from them, you know, get more than a second away. And, you know, they don't have DRS, but they didn't have DRS that last lap. So that was like nailing the final coffin. And I was just waiting the entire time. I'm like, when am I going to mess this up? When am I going to mess this up? When am I going to mess this up? And that's what was going through my head. Not the racetrack, which is, like I said, not thinking about it. But I kept thinking in my head, when am I going to mess this up? When am I going to mess this up? Here we go. Final set of turns. And I'm literally coming off of the final turn. Literally coming off that turn down the straightaway, no pressure from behind, and I'm still thinking, when am I going to mess this up? And I'm like, right before we got to the line, I'm like, oh my god, I just did it. Oh my god, I just did it. So yeah, again, next time we come to this racetrack, next time we come to Austria, we will bump the difficulty up to like 95, and we'll see what the AI is like there. And it won't be until F1 2021, obviously, but the next time we come there, we're bumping them up to like 95, you know, like, actually, no, I think Aaron runs it at like 97. So yeah, my buddy Aaron, he runs it at like 97. So I'm like, yeah, I'm probably going to bump it up to there and see how I do at that particular level. Like I said, this was 80. And I get it, roast me in the comments, but you know, I'm like, I've been struggling on 75, but like I said, a lot of that is just, I don't know these tracks, and even as much as I practice on them, I still don't really know them. But this one just kind of came natural, and it's an easier track. It was an easier track. It definitely was an easier track. So, man, all right, guys. So that's all I got. I'm not gonna ramble on too long. I could sit here and talk about that win forever. I could sit here and talk about it forever, man. But yeah. Yeah, that's all I got. I'm calling it quits. We're done. We're done. All right, next month we're going to Britain, and I can't remember what is the track after that. But yeah, round 7 is going to be the British Grand Prix F2 style, and can't remember what the track is after that. But we will. Like, can I somehow look at that? New championship, continue championship. Oh wait. If you go back, here we go. All right. Yeah. Okay. So Britain, Hungary, Belgium, Italy, Russia, Abu Dhabi. Okay. And I know Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi is another track where I might really do well. I know Abu Dhabi. And I didn't realize that until I played it in another game. I was like, oh, I know where I am. I know what corners to take. But it is a track that I know very well. Britain, no idea. Hungary, no idea. Belgium, Italy, Russia, I don't know any of those tracks, so that's going to be interesting. And we might not even be going to any of these tracks in the next game, so I don't know what the F2 schedule is going to look like in 2022. So, but yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Man, hammer the like button. Hit the like button. Do it. Comment below. Hashtag first time. No. Don't do that. Comment below hashtag only time. Because that's probably the only time. I anticipate a good finish at Abu Dhabi. I anticipate a good finish there, but I don't think winning is going to be. I'm going to bump that difficulty up to like 90. Because I know that track pretty well. So I'm definitely going to bump that up to like 90. But yeah, like hashtag only time. Comment below hashtag only time. If this is your first time here, be sure to subscribe, because we do these races every weekend following the FIA Formula 2 Championship. So you probably only get like 2 a month, because that's kind of how they're running right now. But But yeah, make sure you subscribe and just click that notification bell so you don't miss an upload. And for those of you that are already subscribed, thank you so much for being on this road to getting good. We're still trash. We're still trash. How about this? Every other track so far, except maybe Abu Dhabi, and maybe Bahrain. Bahrain is I think I know that pretty well too. But let's say every other track, we're about like for like a 15, you know, maybe a 20, you know, in terms of a 0 to 100 scale, in terms of getting good. I would say definitely that probably Bahrain, definitely Austria at this point, and Abu Dhabi. I would probably say we're around a 50. We're probably around a 50. We're around a 50-60 range or whatever. Hey, we're actually competent. We've reached competency at some of these racetracks. So yeah, keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. But anyway, it's probably going to be business as usual back at Britain. We're probably going to be, like I said, 13th, 14th, or 15th or something like that. If not last, and we don't wreck ourselves. But here we go, guys. Here we go. Road to getting good will return at Britain. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out.